McDonald's sells over 75 burgers every single second. Millions of people walk through its doors every day. The Golden Arches exist in more than 100 countries. And the company generates billions of dollars every year. But here's the strange part: McDonald's is not actually in the burger business. At least, not primarily. Because the real secret behind McDonald's success has almost nothing to do with fries, Big Macs, or Happy Meals. In reality, McDonald's became one of the richest companies on earth by mastering something completely different: real estate. And once you understand how their system works, you'll never look at McDonald's the same way again. The story starts in California during the 1940s. Two brothers, Richard and Morris McDonald, opened a small drive-in restaurant. But unlike most restaurants at the time, they focused on speed, efficiency, and simplicity. They removed almost everything from the menu and concentrated on burgers, fries, and drinks. Every part of the kitchen was optimized like a factory assembly line. Customers loved it. The restaurant became wildly successful, and eventually a struggling milkshake machine salesman named Ray Kroc heard about it. When Kroc visited the restaurant in 1954, he immediately saw something much bigger than a simple burger stand. Most people saw a restaurant. Ray Kroc saw an empire. He convinced the McDonald brothers to let him franchise the concept across America, and within a few years McDonald's locations began appearing everywhere. But there was a major problem. Even though franchise owners were paying fees, the company itself still wasn't making massive profits. Restaurants are difficult businesses. Food costs fluctuate constantly. Margins are thin. Employees are expensive. Ray Kroc realized something important very early on. Selling burgers alone would never make McDonald's truly powerful. So he completely changed the business model. Instead of simply allowing franchise owners to operate restaurants, McDonald's started buying the land underneath the restaurants themselves. Then they leased that land back to the franchise owners. That means when someone opens a McDonald's franchise, they don't just pay for the right to use the brand. They also pay rent. Every month. To McDonald's. And suddenly, everything changed. Because real estate creates predictable long-term income. Even if burger sales slow down, rent still gets paid. Over time, McDonald's accumulated enormous amounts of commercial property in prime locations all over the world. Busy intersections. Motorway exits. City centers. Shopping districts. Some of the most valuable land on earth. Today, McDonald's owns billions of dollars worth of real estate assets. In many ways, the company functions more like a landlord than a fast food chain. One former McDonald's executive famously explained it like this: "We are not technically in the food business, we are in the real estate business." And honestly, that statement is far more accurate than most people realize. This model gives McDonald's several enormous advantages. First, it creates control. Because McDonald's owns the land, franchise owners can't easily walk away or make major changes to the business. The corporation maintains strict control over branding, pricing, operations, and quality standards. Second, the risk gets transferred. The franchise owner handles employee wages, daily operations, customer complaints, inventory, and staffing. Meanwhile, McDonald's still collects rent and royalties. In other words, thousands of franchise owners absorb most of the operational stress while the corporation receives stable income streams. Third, the real estate itself increases in value over time. That means many McDonald's properties become more valuable every single year regardless of burger sales. So the company benefits from multiple revenue streams at the same time: franchise fees, royalties, rent payments, and appreciating property values. It's an incredibly powerful system. And this strategy transformed McDonald's from a restaurant chain into one of the most successful business machines in history. Today, over 90% of McDonald's locations are franchised. That's important because most restaurants are not directly operated by the corporation itself. Instead, independent business owners invest huge amounts of money to operate a McDonald's franchise. Opening one can cost well over $1 million. But franchisees still want in because the brand itself is so powerful. The Golden Arches are recognized almost everywhere on Earth. McDonald's has spent decades building trust, consistency, and convenience into the minds of customers. People already know exactly what they're going to get. And that predictability is incredibly valuable. The franchise model also allows McDonald's to expand rapidly without carrying all the operational burden themselves. A traditional restaurant company has to manage every location directly. McDonald's largely outsources the responsibility to franchise owners while still maintaining control through its systems and property ownership. That allows the company to scale incredibly fast while protecting profit margins. It's one of the most efficient expansion models ever created. But another huge part of McDonald's success comes down to one thing: location. McDonald's doesn't randomly choose where to build restaurants. The company carefully studies traffic patterns, population density, income levels, visibility, driving behavior, and nearby businesses. Every location is strategically selected. That's why you often see McDonald's near motorway exits, schools, airports, shopping centers, and busy road junctions. The goal is simple: maximum convenience. Because convenience creates habit. And habit creates repeat customers. McDonald's became successful not just because people enjoy burgers and fries, but because the company mastered human behavior. Fast. Easy. Predictable. Again and again. That consistency became one of the company's most valuable assets. But despite the incredible success, the system also has critics. Some franchise owners argue that operating costs are extremely high. Because McDonald's owns the land, rent payments can become enormous, leaving franchisees with limited flexibility. Others criticize the company's influence on global food culture and public health. And in recent years, McDonald's has faced new challenges: healthier eating trends, rising labor costs, food delivery apps, and changing consumer habits. But despite all of that, the company continues adapting. Because underneath the burgers and fries, the real engine of McDonald's has never been the food itself. It's the system. The next time you drive past a McDonald's, look beyond the menu. Because what appears to be a simple fast food restaurant is actually part of a gigantic global real estate empire. A system designed to generate money from land, rent, franchising, branding, and scale. Ray Kroc once said, "If you're not a risk taker, you should get the hell out of business." And whether people love McDonald's or hate it, there's no denying one thing: the company completely changed the way modern businesses scale. Not by selling the best burgers, but by owning the ground beneath them.